Right, just a pre-warning, when I start to dribble and slur my words, it means the Valium's kicked in. Firstly, I would like to start off by thanking you all for coming this way to be here today. I know you've travelled thousands of miles and that Hayley and Mike appreciate your presence and sacrifice.
Me.
I also acknowledge that the minute they said the wedding would be in Ibiza, it wouldn't exactly take much persuasion. When thinking about writing a speech for someone as special as you, Hayley, I honestly didn't know where on earth to start. Nothing I could ever say or put down on paper will ever do justice what not only you mean to me, but to the rest of us. There simply are no words. I'm going to start off by retelling everyone the story of how I came to find my long-lost sister. And yes, I am fully aware we have both bored you to tears with our tale a million times already. Usually after several vodka and lemonades back in Hayley's back room, the house we have spent many hours dancing into the early hours away. As you all know, me and H share the same biological dad, however was completely unaware of each other's existence until 2007. I often look back and feel very regretful about our later meeting in life. However, after learning of what a horror you were as a teenager, I now look upon it as more of a blessing than anything else. So, every year, our little Nana Dolly puts Billy's birthday remembrance in the local paper. H decided she recognised the name, was understandably curious, and wrote to the paper to request Dolly's details. Upon finding out this news, I wrote to the Gazette and asked for her address, then wrote to Hayley explaining who I was and asked that we meet up. A time and day was arranged in the Shovels and we met up shortly after. I'm sure she was as nervous and excited as me, although my expectations were low as I've heard some crazy stories about our real dad. To know it was probably best to expect the worst and anything other than that would be a bonus. To put this in retrospect, Grange Park, no teeth, covered in tattoos. Little did I know that from that day on my life was about to change forever. Hayley, hand on heart, you are simply the best thing that's ever happened to me, ever. It has to be fate that brought us together, and I will be eternally grateful to whoever it is up there looking out for us both. Anyway, we swapped life stories and there was an instant bond and connection that gets stronger and stronger to this day. When discussing that day with Hayley's friends, I have since learned that she was super happy and excited she had a sister and was really looking forward to getting to know me better. However, there was one small issue. Something she was having major difficulty struggling to see past: my jumper. She told her friend she thought I was absolutely lovely, but that I was wearing the most god-awful grey granny jumper she had ever seen. And as I've told you a million times, it was not a granny jumper, it was 50 quid from River Island. And at the time, it was in fashion and they called it the Aspen ski look. So, there you go, that's the story of how we met. There's a high possibility that I will get really drunk and retell this again later in the night. The second time I saw her, she'd arranged a night out in Leeds with her friends and invited me to come. I was instantly made to feel welcome and at ease, and as it is always an eventful night with you lot, the night resulted in Vanessa trying a banana for the first time ever, as well as us lot back at the hotel having a competition at 4 in the morning of who could jump off the wardrobe and land on the bed. Hayley, you of course missed this as you'd frog march a drunken Mike to bed at 1 p.m, something I would go on to have deja vu over on most Saturday nights ever since. So the deal was sealed and you have all since become my very loved and treasured best friends, even though I still refer to you as Hayley's friends. You know who you are and I love you all so very much. I know Hayley and Mike consider you their family, although I'm sort of getting annoyed that you're all settling down, getting old and boring, but I won't rub it in too much that I am the spring chicken of the group at the right young age of 25. No, seriously, all of you, thanks for letting me be part of your lives. You are by far the best group of people I've ever met in my life. So thank you for loving me as Hayley's sister. Usually, as a sister of the bride, I would have a unique and biased view of you. However, I can categorically say I know all of us sat before you today hold you in the utmost highest regard. I realise it's such a predictable thing to say that it's an absolute honour to be stood here as your maid of honour, but that's exactly what it is. Not just as your sister, but most of all as your bestest friend. When I try and portray your personality and what your character's like to those not lucky enough to meet you, I find the task extremely difficult. I've had this conversation many a times with our friends, and in particular my own mum, and we always come to the same conclusion. There is just something so unbelievably special and intriguing about you, something impossible to define in a sentence or a word, but it's different to anyone else I've ever met in my life. There really is just something about you, Hayley. You have a natural ability to make people feel special, loved and at ease in your presence, as well as an innate sense of what is good and what is right. People gravitate towards you and your special aura like a magnet. Since I've been on this amazing journey of getting to know you, the one thing that stands out the most, and I'm sure everyone else here will agree, is that the most important thing in your world, apart from Mike of course, is your friends and family. Followed closely by spreadsheets, travelling and dancing your absolute ass off, which by the way, as her girl mates will all agree, is highly annoying, as yes, we know you are by far the best dancer in the group. Apart from her kind, caring and exceptionally loyal side, you are fiercely headstrong, fixed, ambitious and determined in your views. I absolutely love how insanely curious you are about others and the world around you. Your passion and drive make you the happiest and most positive person I know. Having you as my sister gives me a huge sense of security in my life. I trust that no matter what life is going to throw at me, somehow, as long as I have you, I know I will always be okay. Not only that, I will have a happy life and one where I reach my potential. Because of you, I strive to be the best person I can possibly be. You are by far no ordinary girl. I would like to take this time and opportunity today to explain to you exactly what you mean to me. You are so much more than just a sister. You are my role model, confidant, biggest supporter and absolute favourite company. I love you and I am so very unbelievably proud of you. Congratulations on marrying your soulmate, Mike. Since we met, there hasn't been one single event you haven't been there for me. Trust me, there's been a fair few. But Hayley has been a continual source of support, always there to celebrate my success and minimise my failures. You're the first person I asked for advice from and the last person I talked to before taking action. Maybe we weren't brought up as sisters by name, but we are most definitely sisters by nature, and real proof that telepathy is a real form of communication. I know our bond is a very special one in the fact that when there has been an incident or issue that has upset me in my day, you too go through the same emotions that I do. You feel miserable, anxious and struggle to sleep, even though it's nothing to do with you or impact your life in any way. So if I had to describe you in 3 words, it would be unique, extraordinary and a 1 in a billion. They are the exact 3 words I would use to describe your relationship with Mike. I think there's been a particular buzz and atmosphere this year in the build-up to this wedding, and no, Crambo, I'm not talking about amnesia on Tuesday night. H&M, you are not only exceptionally special as individuals, but have a very rare, deep love for one another. You have a shared love of adventure. Although only young now, your souls are old before their time, as you have both realised what unfortunately most of us only realise when our best years are behind us. Life is short, it's going to pass us by quick, so we must seize the day, every day while we can. Hayley has always said she wants to live her life in a way in which her and Mike will one day be sat in their rocking chairs, holding their wrinkly hands and looking back and laughing about all the amazing memories they've created together. Well, H, I can safely say, girl, you are doing a damn fine job of that so far and dragging us all along for the ride. I say dragging as I'll never forget the time you and Mike set off on your first year round the world trip. We waved you off at the Queensway pub and with a lump in my throat I turned to AJ and said through blurry eyes, God, I'm going to miss them too. AJ turned back to me, although upset himself, and said, mate, now Hayley's gone, I'm just looking forward to chilling the hell out for a few. I was thinking about your relationship together and thought, do you know what? You both look just as happy and in love today as you did when I first met you. But then I thought about it some more and I thought, no, that's rubbish. You look more in love and happy than when I first met you. You've built a beautiful life and home together, and sometimes when it's just the 3 of us, I catch a glimpse of you both looking at each other lovingly, giggling at each other's idiosyncrasies, or just a small affectionate gesture, and it makes me smile inside. It might seem something small to everybody else, but it's the little things that they do for each other that make me realise how so deeply in love they still are. Every morning without fail, Mike wakes up and the first thing he does is make Hayley a sugary cup of tea, which he brings to her bedside. Or when he knows she's coming home from work, he goes and opens the front door so she doesn't have to struggle getting her key out while she's carrying her bags. Hayley makes him sandwiches every day for work and still tells him how beautiful he is. Most people will agree that when a couple first meet that they are the most exciting and memorable moments. After that, familiarity sets in and so does comfort, and then it becomes harder as two people make a decision to love each other. Therefore, they will work hard to keep the love they have. I think this is what sets you two apart. I don't think there is much work involved. I think the love and bond you two share comes so easy.
Yeah, spot on.
Mike, you are by far not only the coolest kid in school, but proved to be one of the kindest, caring and most loyal, brilliant guys I know. You've definitely set the bar high when I consider the sort of husband I will want one day, as I genuinely believe you are the special kind. I will now and forever set my standards of men on your nature and always say to my sis, I hope I one day find my Mike. I said I wasn't going to use bad language in this speech, as I know it's not very ladylike, but the best way I can describe you, Mike, is that you are quite simply the absolute dog bollocks. Not only have you been a wonderful boyfriend to H, but a fantastic fiance, and I have every faith, if possible, an even more amazing husband. I should be standing here today trying to give you advice, but you have done such a wonderful job the past 11 years, so just carry on doing what you're doing and making her smile like she has done today, and you'll be fine. You are both my family and my bestest friends for life, so I'm afraid you're stuck with me. As long as Mike makes you happy, Hayley, a part of my heart will always be complete because I love you, Hayley Conlon, and you deserve to be happy every waking minute. Please raise your glass to Hayley and Mike. May you live forever in love and love live forever in you.
That was amazing. Go on, Charles.
Is it all right? I love you.
What were you worried for? That was amazing.
Oh, I can get drunk now. Yeah, I can drunk.
Right, quiet down. I can't shout. Basically, I think I wrote this on the taxi on the way here this morning, but on the back of a beer mat last night. But anyway, how are we all doing anyway? We're alright? Feeling good?
Almost up.
Yeah, how am I supposed to follow that up anyway? I nearly shed a tear, I got a heart of stone. But anyway, I'll get all the thank yous out of the way first. I'd like to thank you all for coming today, and I'm more than happy with the turnout today. It's a massive turnout, absolutely chuffed with it. Thanks to Lester, Hayley's uncle, for giving her away today. Thank you to Hayley's mum, Vanessa, and my mum and dad for organising the wedding. And a big thanks to all the girls for organising a big hen-do for Hayley.
A belt.
Yeah. But,
That's my phone.
what's this all about? Answer it.
Right, just
Who is it?
ignore it. My phone, I don't know where it is.
Who is it? I've got a bit of background music now. What's that? But anyway, yeah, I'm more than happy to be marrying the gorgeous bride, Hayley, today. She still surprises me, even after 11 years. I've never met a more driven individual. For instance, she was after this cooker, and apparently they don't even make it anymore. But it turned up delivered at my house on a Sunday, 200 quid cheaper. So that's and yeah, basically that's about it. Really.
Cooker.
Yeah,
That's it.
that's it. Yeah. No. Obviously, Clive couldn't be with us today because Clive's in hospital. That's Hayley's granddad, who's pretty much your dad. He's in hospital. He's been there for about 2 months now, so unfortunately he couldn't be with us today. But yeah, good guy, you know. It's one of them, basically. Give it a applause.
Oh, it's a
Go on in.
Well, I don't know, mate. I just held it in my hand.
Okay, Danny.
Right, let's see.
You want the fake microphone? Pretend.
Right, I'll use Donny's. Oh.
The fake microphone. There we go. Right, bear with me, everyone here. Right. Cheers, AJ. Right, I would like to congratulate Mike firstly on a truly magnificent speech. I was going to be hard to follow. That's right, I could only follow a word of it.
In between these two, though, they've got essays.
Rest assured, though, Mike, unlike most traditional best man speeches, which are full of sexual innuendos, I promise Mike and Hayley, if there's anything slightly risque, including anything of huge length, I'll whip out immediately. Now, before I undertake the custody duty, giving Mike an uncomfortable few minutes of his life, it's a part of the official duty of best man to thank the bridesmaids for having played a big part on this really special day. I have to say they all look wonderful and done an excellent job. I think the only lips by you, Hayley. I think you absolutely look stunning today. Mike on the other hand just looks stunning. So, Mike and Hayley, you finally got married, for better or for worse, which is quite appropriate because Mike couldn't do any better and Hayley couldn't do any worse. I think everyone will agree. I think Paul will agree. It's been a great honour to be best men today. That's right, we're both best men because basically it just shows Mike can't decide on anything. If it's go to a pub or arranging his marriage, whatever it is, sits on the fence on every decision. Now, it's been said that being asked to be best man is like being asked to make love to the Queen. It's a great privilege, but no one wants to do it. Right. Yeah, again. Do I have to? Everyone else got the age of this speech.
He's got a lot to go through here.
Now, Hayley and Mike first met properly over a decade ago in a nightclub called Blue. The first time Hayley met him, she instantly knew she wanted him. But Mike, being too drunk, only wanted another Blue WKD, which was his favourite drink at the time. Well, I know. Hayley noticed that Mike knew the DJ, so she asked the DJ, said, inquired about him, and said, you know, who's this guy? Who's this guy? He said, you don't want to get with him, he's only 15 years old. And it's the owner's son, that's the only reason why he's in here. But with Hayley's...
That's true, that.
It is true, yeah. That's why I'm saying it. So he should stay away. But to be fair, he was complimenting Mike because I thought he was about 13 at the time. Mike's never allowed to do any chasing the girls. They've always chased him. But lucky for Mike, Hayley was another chaser. So with determination and tenacity, she managed to bag him, and they've been inseparables ever since. Now, Mike's been a bit of an adrenaline junkie. He's done a few seasons snowboarding with Hayley. He's been a keen rollerblader. He's done waterboarding, won the world's highest bungee jumps, and a skydiving course in Spain. But I think his best feat of skill is nimbly scale up a drain pipe at 5 o'clock in the morning with the speed of a ninja, drunk out of his head, massively opening my window. Well, basically just breaking into my house. Just to get his house keys. I was at AJ's because he just rang me up.
I got called by his dad.
Yeah. You spoil that for me. Well,